Alright, so obviously, we have to clear this first with Morgan. We gotta get Morgan through all of these. Gotta just get her across the finish line. If Morgan ain't clearing it, then it's impossible to clear. But we could also try out some weird single targets. Just to see how much damage they do. Because Lancelot is, in fact, a berserker. So if you want to obliterate him and send him into the sun, you can use just about anybody. I was going to say, I think Lancelot's actually an Earth attribute enemy, so... You know, we're not going to get Morgan's power mod, but... Nope. Thankfully, we have Round Table Night as well. So it works out. It completely works out. My Penth is NP3, so gonna use my Bedivere. No. Penthesilia can clear the Hector fight at NP3. Mine is NP3. And she just about gets over the finish line with it. You know how strange this is that on NA I'm just able to booty blast these advanced quests, but on JP I actually have to engage with them. Like when I put out the video being like, okay, here's a guide, here's like what they do, and here's how I beat them on JP. And I have to have like this whole spiel about like, oh, well, you know, just, you're gonna like slowly wear them down and take advantage of the castle buff and, you know, make sure you have some kind of sustain, or you could just blow them up. Or you could just blow them up, but you know, I didn't want to say you could blow him up because I wasn't certain if you could because I don't have Oberon on JP. But nope, now I can definitely say you could just blow him up. You can absolutely just send him into the sun. Unfortunately, somebody in chat earlier was saying that NP1 Morgan doesn't quite work out. 2.8 million damage. Oh my lord. I thought you didn't have Koyon on JP. I don't have Koyon or Oberon on JP. I don't have either one of them. So strategies like this don't exactly work out. If I had Oberon, I would have probably tried like an art setup or something to blow up the Hector boss fight. But I don't even have Oberon over there. I do have a dupe into my Black Grail, so that kind of is nice. But Oberon is like half the reason that Black Grail is super good. I mean, it's already really good. It's just Oberon made it like nuts. He made it broken. Yeah, this should work. This should get the job done. We do. Unfortunately, we can't use Little Tailors because if he tributes both of the bugs, I think we're going to get NP sealed. And then we're kind of up a creek after that point. But if we use this one, we should be able to dip, dodge, and weave around all of the debuffs. Let Gareth take a couple of hits. And then get super swole. So we hit that. We taunt ourselves. We give ourselves the buff. And I don't we don't need to stack that. You know what? We could let her get some punches in. To be fair, if we like fully buffed her up, she might be able to take this guy out with the crit Brave Chain. That might actually just take her out, but I want to see Gareth do a bunch of damage. Look at that. We did like a fifth of his HP. Like one buff. Yeah, no effect. Okay. I was like, dog, if you don't attack me, I'm going to be super mad. Like the whole like... I'm like, my whole bit of having Gareth beat Lancelot is destroyed immediately. Alright, Gareth. Destroy this guy. Are there any supports that give party debuff immunity? Trying to think. Off the top of my head? Doesn't Santa Martha give everybody debuff immunity? I want to say she does. Gareth, what does your overcharge do? Reduce their defense for 3 turns? You can tell that I have not used Gareth in a fat minute. Ooh, just barely, just barely. Just barely, but she was able to get her vengeance for getting splattered by Lancelot. Since the cowards at Lysengal won't give us the quick version of Ox King, we'll just we'll just use the funny Mata Harisi. Does it really do anything for us? I don't really think so, but you know, Basey. Only the archetype didn't suck. Quick's not that bad, honestly. Like it's a lot better than people give it credit for. It's just the worst out of the 3 different archetypes. So, you know, people are going to be like, oh, it sucks. I'm like, no, you could still pretty much do everything with Quig. Especially if they start going down the line of making the 90++ nodes like 6 or like 4 to 6 enemies. That, I think, is really good because quick units generally will do more damage than arts and buster units, especially now that they can also start using Black Grail. Again, it's more an average statement, you know. You can get into the weeds of it, talking about like, oh, well, like this person does this, but this person does this. But like, think of someone like your Ushi-Gozen that just came out recently that does a metric butt ton of damage, right? Like they can hit really, really hard. A lot harder than some of their AoE arts and buster contemporaries. And they can also use Black Grail now as well, so they don't lose out on that advantage that arts and buster have. And now they're going up against people that are 4 to 6 enemies, like those type of nodes. They have no more problems with refunding, and they do a lot of damage. It actually might make them more relevant as we move forward. But that could easily be shot down if they start going back to the weird, like, 1-2-1 nodes. Then Quick is pretty much hard gate kept out of doing those. So we'll have to see how things develop moving forward. But hopefully they'll continue to give Quick a chance, because I like using a lot of my Quick servants. I think it's very fun to play with Quick units as well, because you get that pretty good looping, especially if they have stronger base Quick, like not face cards. Sorry, I was gonna say like main deck cards. We're playing too much Yu-Gi-Oh. But if they have like really strong cards, like say your Okitas or your Jacks, you know, that have like a 5-6 hits on them, they're especially really fun to do because you get that extremely good NP refund while also being able to like generate a bunch of stars. So you're also critting really hard all the time. It's very, very fun. Is Jetstream Okita good? She's really good on JP now. She's really good on JP. After she got her buff, she's able to do Black Grail looping, which I think is pretty cool. I think that's pretty lit. Now, we're probably going to need to get that face card, because I don't see Okita doing over 300,000 damage at NP1, especially at 5.56 skill levels, but I just really like Okita, so I would like her to be able to get this done. Ooh, she might actually have gotten it. Okay, she got it. Although, wait, that's, okay, that's kind of a weird number to do math with. We just see 846 divided by 3. 282. Okay, that's not quite right then, because she shouldn't have been able to take them out. Oh, maybe Lancelot got hit harder because he got defense down? No, but I think Wu debuffs everybody. I don't know. Okita is fine, but her lore demerits are stupid. Well, okay, the thing that I don't think people realize is, yeah, it can be really annoying going into like a challenge quest where you want to fire multiple NPs, because Okita might stun herself, so you might not get your face cards as follow-up. But for farming, it's completely fine, because even if she stuns herself for the turn, by the time you go into the next wave, the stun is worn off. And if you need to use face cards, like if you're reliant on getting like those quick crits and whatnot, you can always use like the Tamamo Mirror Mystic Code that gives you stun immunity. Stuff like that. There are definitely like ways to get around it. There's definitely ways to get around it. She's good, alright? Don't bully Okita. No bully.